Hello, fellow hunters, and welcome back to Call of the Wild. We are long overdue for a kind of update and house cleaning of our various lodges. I have not been back to the lodge in any of my lodges in probably months, so we need to take a moment and just kind of go through what we have and see if there's any, like, I don't necessarily want to change the layout as far as what's on the wall, but I do want to go through and just kind of look and see if there are any other options for things that we can put in. Like, obviously we want to fill up all the spaces if we can, so I think that'll be kind of the first thing that we do, is to kind of just go through here and see if we can find big items that we can put. It would be really nice if they put size options on here that let us know, you know, what can actually fit in this thing, or if they made it to where we could sort by what will I don't know, just size options. What size can fit in here? Because I don't want to put something small on here. So typically, I prefer to try to make it so that whatever we're putting on in a lodge is appropriate for the type of lodge. So obviously, like the Cape Buffalo here, I think would probably be pretty reasonable. I'm not sure what else we would want to put. We have a lot of different things. Like the Plains Bison here, I would prefer to put in the other lodge. Brown bears, the pumas, I think, are more like the mountainy stuff. We have a lot of white-tailed deer, but we can put some of the other things. I think the Bengal tiger, I don't know that necessarily. Bengal tiger is kind of one of those weird things because, yeah, it's more of a foresty thing, but it's also kind of like Asia and all of that. So I don't know that necessarily fits with the kind of New England-y style or English-style manner. So I think we might put the Bengal tigers in here. But we would need to find. Oh, we already have one. I guess I ended up making that decision anyway. So let's see. What's the? He is a 50. Do we have any Bengal tigers that are bigger than that? We have a 56. So we're gonna swap him out and place him in there like that. And then I don't remember. Yeah, like that. And then we'll find a cool pose to put him in. No, I don't really want that pose. I like the ones where they're like, ooh. I actually kind of like the prowling ones. But I think we're going to stick with the, jumping at you kind of thing. And then we'll probably put we'll put the other two Bengal tigers like right here in the middle, just because that'll be kind of cool. Oh. Where'd the Bengal tiger I had go? What happened to, oh. Does that replace it? And does that delete it when you do that? That's concerning. It's weird having them come out of the wall that way. I just want him to have a... Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. What? So what? Did that delete my other one? What happened to my other... Wow, that is... Oh, no, here we go. All right, Bengal tiger. Here. That scared the crap out of me. That did not make me very happy. I was about to get really upset. So we'll just have those tigers hanging out there. We need to find another, like, big eastern side of the continent kind of thing to put over there. Caribou and moose definitely don't go with that. I don't necessarily mind putting an alligator here, so we'll go ahead and place that there. That's actually kind of cool. I think I might leave it like that. That's pretty interesting. Let's see what we can find to put over here. We have... If I'm yapping a lot, it's because if I stop talking, the recording's going to pause. I forgot that I don't have a reliable and easy way to turn that off. And frankly, I'm sure, talking about stuff is going to be much more interesting than me just sitting here doing that. So, how big are the Barasinga? I don't remember. That's not too bad. Just want to get his head pointing more down so his horns stick out a little bit better. I guess that's about as good as we're going to be able to get for that. I don't know. Part of me kind of wants to put him over there and swap them out. So let's remove that trophy. We'll remove this trophy. We'll put the alligator, the American alligator. Technically, I mean, I guess technically it should go in the other one. But gators and crocodiles are similar enough that I'm just like, we'll just go ahead and put it in here. It's not that big of a deal. And then what did we say? We had the, I forgot what we had there. Oh, it was a Barasinga. So we'll put the bigger Barasinga here and place him like that. And we'll just try to get his head facing down as much as we can. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of trophies in here that we haven't placed, and I'm kind of wondering if it might make sense to just say screw it and put, I don't know, might make sense to just say screw it and put all different kinds of animals in here. I mean, we could put the nil guy in here. That'd be kind of cool. So we can put a nil guy there, and then we can put, because I don't want to put a muntjac in a small one. That's a tiny little dude. The wild yak is the same as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and put the biggest wild yak that we have right there. So 242.96. That's kind of cool. Let's pull him out. We'll put the other yak right there. We got a 245, a 240, yeah, 245. We'll put him there as well. I'm actually pretty content with the default view of that. Will the nil guy go right? Nope, we can only put smaller stuff here. So we'll put our springbok there, and then we can put the northern red muntjac on top of that. I don't know. I'm actually thinking we pull that guy out, put the muntjac right there, because his horns don't really show very well. Yeah, like that. And then we can put the... I already forgot what I took off. What was it? Siberia... Oh, did I put that back again? Damn it. Siberian musk deer. That's what we were trying to put. So we can actually see what he looks like. And then we're going to put the northern red muntjac up here and then have his horns come down as much as we can. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get too far. I think that one there is as close as we're going to be able to get to that. And then on this side, we can put, I don't know, I guess we could put a western capercaillie, maybe an axis deer. We can put an axis deer here. Now we're going to put him up here because he's big. There we go. And then we'll put a bird here of some description, maybe the western capercaillie. What's the biggest one we have? 4.26, or 4.21, sorry. We'll place that trophy there, and we'll face him that way. I think that looks kind of interesting. And then for this side right here, I want to find another big thing. We'll just have yaks on the side on this part of the thing here. That's kind of flanking on both sides. It gives a little bit of symmetry. I actually kind of like that, so that's fine. So yeah, we have everything in this room more or less taken care of. Oop, what the heck? Okay. Yeah, we still have a bunch of stuff that we need to put in here, but let's make sure that all of the exterior wall stuff is taken care of. Collared peccary, we'll go ahead and just place that there. We can put a springbok here and make sure he's facing down as much as possible. We'll put another, I think we'll flank this guy with western capercaillies, because, you know, why not? We'll do it that way, and then put this guy here and leave it that way. And then for this gator, we're going to say he's going after a duck. Why not? I don't know. I have no plan. We're just trying to get stuff out of our inventory. That's more or less what we're trying to do. This room is all pretty much finished. That area over there is pretty much finished. I like the lions over there. This area up here is pretty much finished. So, and then I know the room in there is pretty much done as well. I also believe that we got everything. Oh no, we need a northern red muntjac for that. Do we have one left? Do we have another muntjac left that we can put here, or do I have to go take it off the wall? I think we have to go take it off the wall. That's fine. We'll go take it off the wall. Yeah, northern red muntjac, right? Or is that a muntjac? I don't think that's a muntjac. What is that? I don't think that's a muntjac. Switch to investigate mode. That is a springbok. That is a springbok. So I feel like we put a springbok somewhere. Did we just put it down over there in the hallway? I think we put it in the hallway over here. I think that's what this is. So yeah, we'll take this guy, or maybe this was sitting here. I don't remember. But anyways, regardless, we're gonna go put him over on the wall back over here and get him installed. And that'll be it for this wall over here. We're gonna put our springbok right there, like that. I want them all kind of flexing their horns at us. Alright, and that's going to take care of that, I do believe. I don't know that we have any more boars to put over here, and I don't have anything else. I don't have two of anything that's going to allow us to put that there. The gray wolves definitely need to go in the other lodge, and the mountain hares pretty much need to go into the other lodge. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. As far as large items, I don't necessarily want to put moose or caribou in here, or the Roosevelt elk. The blue sheep wouldn't be terrible, I don't think. Neither would the Spanish ibex, but I think we're going to put the Barrasinga here, because he's kind of big. Yeah, I like that. And then we can put, do we have any other Barrasinga that can go in here with him? Or I think we might just put a nilgai on that. And that gives us some interesting horned things to go by, except for obviously the antlered guy there. But that's fine. Not that big of a deal. We don't really have too much in the way of small stuff, or I don't know, that's weird. Only the gray wolf and the mountain hare will fit here. So is everything that we have just really big? I don't know. Let's put a... Well, we have 2 pronghorns here. Those are I don't know. Those are interesting. Whatever. I think I'm gonna swap these out with nilgai, the 2 nilgai that we have. We can just put them facing each other. That'll be kind of nice. And then all of these small ones, we don't have room for any of it. So we should be able to get something onto here. I don't think I have any more turkeys right now to be able to put on this wall. So we'll probably just leave that blank for now so I don't forget that that's what this was supposed to be. And then for all of these, if we can, we'll put some blue sheep on all 3 of these because we have 3 sheep. I was about to say, we have a bunch of sheep to put here. So let's just go ahead and fill up this wall with sheep. I like that to be a little bit higher up like that. We'll find something interesting to put up here on that. I'm thinking maybe a bear. The brown bear might not be bad. Brown bear, the grizzly bear, brown bear. I don't know. Would there be anything more interesting to put on there that would be appropriate for this particular area? I don't know. Everything else we have is almost... I mean, I guess we could put a plains bison there. What's our biggest plains bison? Place that there. I mean, I don't necessarily want a plains bison there, but I want something big and imposing for the only thing that's going to be on this wall. And, yeah, that plains bison's pretty much going to be it. So, yeah, I think for now what we'll do is we'll do 2 plains. I think I have 2 more plains bisons available. One there. Was there another plains bison? I thought we had another one. I was under the impression that we had a second one. I have a couple of brown bears, though. So what we'll do then is we'll put the other plains bison right there. And then for this guy, we'll flank him with brown bears. Because why not? Like that. And then we'll do the other brown bear like that on the other way. And they're both just going to be kind of going off to the side. And then I think I have... Do I have another brown bear, or is it just the grizzly bear? Well, go ahead and just put the grizzly bear here and just kind of try to have him screaming down in the middle. That's not too shabby. And then I don't know what kind of sheep that is. Let's go into edit mode. That is... Oh, it's a feral goat. I don't think I have any more feral goats to put up here, so... As much as I'd love to be able to put another goat up there like that, I think we'll just offset that with a sheep because it's kind of close enough. And the small ones here, we're just going to have to leave. All right, so what other big area stuff do we have that we can start filling up? Have we put anything in this room? Not really. I mean, we have the mountain lion, or yeah, I think it's a mountain lion right there. But yeah, we have to kind of decide what room we want to fill up next. I mean, this one's kind of filled with big stuff. Let's look at, I don't know, the southeastern Spanish ibex, because none of those are all going to be small. There's no real medium options in here. The southeast Spanish ibex is, you know, that's really supposed to be for a medium-sized one. Let's look at the other room and see if there's any medium-sized frames in there that we can put this in. Because I don't really want to waste... Yeah. I don't really want to waste slots on that kind of stuff. Can we get that guy to... Yeah, I wanted to sit up a little bit more. What do we want to put on... What do we want to... Oh, there's another one. We have 2 of them. Okay, cool. And then for the middle here, we can put... I don't know... I don't know, like everything else other than the pronghorns is really meant for the other manor. But the problem is that the other manor, I'm pretty sure I filled up all the slots in there. I guess we can kind of go check it out. Let's head over to the other trophy lodge, the Spring Creek Manor, and we can see what's available and see if we can put the rest of the stuff that's more appropriate to that setting in there rather than, you know... It's just, I want to kind of clear out a lot of the trophies that we have that are just kind of sitting around. You know, we've been hunting a lot, and it's just, you know, switch to edit mode. Let's see. Yeah, I believe that I spent a bunch of time filling up most of these. We could put a mountain hare there. Why not? I don't really know what we want as far as pose goes. I'd like it to be more facing out. It doesn't look like they're going to give us that option, so we'll leave that there like that. Oh, never mind. We're going to pull that off because I want him to sit on the counter up there. So we are going to put him on the table. I don't remember these being here. Did they add these recently? I really don't remember these being here. We'll put that mallard up there. I like to have these where they're kind of standing up on their hind legs, if I can find that pose. Yeah, like that. And then we can turn him a little bit more like that so that when you walk into the room, he's kind of staring at you. And then, yeah, we'll put this duck up here. That's a nice place to put that. That's actually... Oh, I actually kind of like that. All right, yeah, we'll leave that. All right, any other larger, you know, like medium or bigger places that we can put things? Gray Wolf, we'll go ahead and put him out there like that. We'll have him howling into the air off to the left, and then later when we find things to put in there, we'll fill those up. And then I would imagine for the remaining medium options, there's just not going to be too much that we can do with that. So, yeah, all of these are the medium ones. And there are no large options left. So, what I think we're going to do then, since that's the case, we'll head back to the Saseki Lodge. And, man, I feel like there was we had a lot of, like, yeah, like deer and... All right, so I want to put a reindeer, maybe a caribou in here. I think we're going to put the I don't know, all of these are kind of, like, this appropriate to this lodge, so that's kind of frustrating. We'll put the reindeer right here, because, you know, why not? And I really wish they had more large options here. I don't really want to have to pull something off the wall to make room for stuff, because we've already gotten some pretty decent things. But yeah, it just doesn't look like there's any room for additional stuff. I also don't want to start another manor lodge, because, you know, why have more than one? That's kind of obnoxious. So I don't think that we're going to be able to do anything more with this lodge. I mean, unless I want to start taking... I like the symmetry here, which is why I kind of want to leave it. So while stylistically it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to put some of this stuff in the other lodge, we just have a lot more big game big game frame options over there. I don't know why that word just wouldn't come to me. So yeah, we'll head back over to the Saseki Safari. Oh no, no. Are you able to delete a lodge? I don't want number 2. I didn't mean to make another one. I just wanted to go to the other one. Oops. I didn't realize how easy that was. They should really have a confirmation that says, "Are you sure you would like to create this lodge?" I don't really want that. I just want to get my stuff. All right. So yeah, we'll take all the big stuff and we'll pop that into we'll pop as many of the big stuff as we can into the frames, into the big frames as we can. And then, you know, whatever's left is what's left. Okay, let's see. What can we put in here? I think we'll put a caribou, our biggest caribou, on the bottom there. And then we'll put another one on top to do that there. So I think my thought process right now is going to be, we're just going to try to fill this up as much as we can. And then if we get better things that are more appropriate to the lodge, then we'll just pull these guys out and replace them with something else. Because... you know, these technically don't go here. I have a white-tailed diamond deer. I did not realize that he was sitting there. We'll just go ahead and put him here. Have him looking down like that. We'll put our next biggest white-tail on the side there. Get him looking down like that. And then, what do we have here? We can put 2 deer and then a Roosevelt elk up in the middle, I think. So we'll go ahead and do that. I like it when they're kind of looking down and displaying their horns. That's my personal preference. So we'll do that, and then we'll put the Roosevelt elk right there and get him kind of looking down as much as we can with his horns like that. All right, cool. That takes care of those. We'll put the puma here because I don't want to put him on the big one. Can I get him looking down and screaming at us? Yeah, I don't really like the half-body ones. I guess that's about as good as we're going to be able to get for that. And then we have 2 pronghorns that we can put on either side of him. That does that, and boom, that does that. And I do believe that we'll put this moose right here. Why not? I think that actually takes care of all of the various types of animals that we had in our trophy lodge. I think we can see, yeah, trophy manager here. So we just need to see, does anything not have a location on it? I do believe that, nope, there's a bear. Oh, I have a miscellaneous one here that does not have a home. We're going to have to take a look at that here in just a minute. But I would imagine that needs to go in the other lodge. It was probably in the other lodge, and I had to take it out for a different one. So that's probably what happened there. I might need to actually put it here. Do we have anything that is easily removable? I really like having the gator here. Do we have another one that has the gator? I mean, I don't know that we necessarily need to have 2 gators sitting in there, and so let's do that. I kind of like that, and then we can put the gator on a big trophy here somewhere. I don't know where. Preferably, I mean, I guess, was there any big trophies available in the other room? I don't recall. But if there is, it does not appear that way. So we'll go in here and pop him in one of these big ones here. Maybe up on this guy. Saltwater crocodile. It's certainly appropriate for this area here. Kind of want him, yeah, like that. That's kind of cool. I don't generally like the ones where their arms and stuff are included, but that's not too shabby. I actually kind of want to take him off and put him on over the doorway over here, because that'll be a much more imposing thing than this alligator. So we'll pull that guy off. We'll put the saltwater crocodile on there, and we'll do that same thing where he's kind of hanging down and trying to get you. Do I like it like that, where they're looking at you, or more like... Yeah, no, I like that better, because his mouth is much more open and menacing that way. And then we'll put the gator over here on this one with that same kind of downward-looking pose. I mean, I guess we can kind of cycle through them a little bit more to see if there's any options that are more interesting, but I don't know. This one, I mean, I guess that's okay. That's not bad. All right, so that's all of our trophies. It might not be the most optimal placement, but I mean, it's been 23 minutes, and you know, you can only do so much lodge management before you get bored. I can't spend hours on it like some people do. So that's gonna go ahead and do it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route. So be sure to check those out if you'd like. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then.